Toxic masculinity was a phrase originated in the 80s, and it was meant to describe the risky behavior of men, whether it was literal risky behavior or aggression, violence, self-reliance, emotional immaturity, sexual gratification, anything like that. This is often attributed to a form of abuse or neglect. And for people to break out of this cycle, they're going to need to be in. The Invincible TV show is adapted from the comics written by Robert Kirkman. Its popularity exploded with the release of the third season, partially being to the character we're looking at today, Rex Splode. In the first two seasons, he is described as overly sarcastic, inconsiderate, emotionally immature, egotistical, self-centered, all traits I would personally consider under the umbrella of toxic masculinity.
Rex, civilians in danger to your left.
Yeah, I got eyes too, robot.
First 2 minutes with Rex is going to show us a lot about him. First off, he speaks back to Robot. However, he's a ton smarter than you. It's showing general traits of toxicity with self-reliance and lack of respect and back-talking, which isn't explicit, but like whatever.
We gave people time to escape. That's what matters.
No. Me living is what matters.
Like, that line pisses me off. You're a superhero. If you don't want to put your life on the line, become a party entertainer. Like, you can make fireworks. And even after the battle's done, he punches 2 aliens in the face after they are actively decaying and dying. Like they're dead. You don't need to do any more. Just unnecessary violence and toxicity out of this man from the first scene we see him in.
Eve? I thought you were at the funeral.
I was. I'd say you should have been there, but it was pretty bleak. Red Rush's girlfriend had a meltdown and... You okay?
Hiccups.
Anything happening? Is Rex around? Rex?
Eve, hang on a second. You piece of shit!
Babe, wait. Hang
I
on.
knew there was a reason you skipped the funeral.
Just wait a second.
Don't even... Oh, God. Are you kidding me, Kate?
There is levels of messed up to unpack here. He is self-centered, skipping the funeral, sexual gratification for cheating on his girlfriend, manipulating both of them, saying to the girl that he cheated on his ex with, saying that they were broken up when they weren't, and then trying to justify it afterward by saying, oh, she can create copies of herself. It isn't the real person. It's disrespecting his ex. It's disrespecting the girl he cheated on his ex with.
We're not on the teen team any longer, Rex.
Exactly. I'm sure you've had a lot of experience wrangling teenagers, but I was with the Guardians from day one.
Wow. Thanks, Dad. Maybe if you didn't lose your powers, you might have been there to help the Guardians on their last day.
Disrespect towards Black Samson is not justified by Rex whatsoever. He has the most amount of experience on the team just as a superhero. He's really just being disrespected because Rex feels the need to prove himself. He is thrust into a new team, and although there's some of the teammates of the old team, there's new members, and he needs to cement his place. And he does that by backlashing Black Samson.
Surprise! Look, I screwed up, Eve. I know I did. I don't know why I keep doing this. I don't want to. You know that, right? You know I love you. I know.
I gotta say, Rex, the firework trick, it's smooth. He tries his best to apologize to Eve for cheating, but it comes off as half-assed. It's not thought out, And it's not really an apology. It's him just going, yeah, I made a mistake. He admits he doesn't want to, so it shows there's something more there. There is something deeper below the surface than just him being a bad person. There is a good side to him.
Gear up. We can't stop this fight, but we can save lives.
Cecil's orders were to stay here.
We don't care.
After the fight between Invincible and his dad in Chicago, the new Guardians of the Globe, all agree to leave and help, even though they've been told to stay and not do anything. And Rex joins them willingly. Doesn't say anything. It's just like, silently goes, yeah, we should help, and leaves with everyone else to help. And this marks the end of Season 1. We get a good idea on who Rex is as a person. We see his bad side, see an idea of a good side coming out of him, but mostly a bad taste gets put in your mouth. You really don't want to root for him, but there is a charm to him that he has.
The Immortal's now in charge. A couple thousand years of experience should turn things around.
Nice entrance! Whoa! Was he waiting for his cue? You were, weren't you? Like, just over there or something?
Making fun of the Immortal, I understand. I don't like the Immortal. However, you're instantly disrespecting your team leader yet again. Like lack of authority, disrespect, all that fun jazz.
Amazing! Ho-ho! It's just a whole afternoon of new friends. And what do you do? I mean, other than have the most obvious name ever. Bulletproof?
I do everything you wish you could. And that's rich coming from a guy called Rex Splode. You think up that grade school shit yourself? Or did somebody help you with that?
I came up with it.
Yeah, I figured. Come on, man. I know you're tight. Be better.
I was trying to be better.
This is the first time Rex has been beaten at his own game of sarcasm and making fun of someone by Bulletproof. And he physically cowers down. Like, he physically hunches over and gets smaller. Like, he is being met by what he does to other people, and he clearly doesn't like it. And then also on top of it, this is the first person who calls him out of like, come on, be a better person. And he was like, yeah, I was trying. Like, we appreciate your trying. However, you gotta show that effort.
I guess he really is. Invincible. This was the Maulers, okay? And apparently, lots of them. Look, I don't know what they were up to, but I'd say you stopped it pretty fucking spectacularly.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but listen to Rex.
Rex does his best to cheer up Invincible for stopping the Maulers. Although it's definitely tone deaf, I think Cecil agreeing with Rex shows that it comes from a good place from his heart, and shows that he has a level of compassion to him that hasn't really been seen.
People try and kill me every single day. Look, I don't need that shit at home.
We are not dating. And second, that's inappropriate language for the workplace. So kiss your own boo-boo. Boo. Boo.
Wait, I know that look. Oh, are you shitting me? You goddamn geriatric hypocrite.
This is none of your business.
Ah, come on!
You and I were never a thing.
He needs to be broken down a little bit to understand himself better as a character, and this scene and the last one do a great job by it. And especially the getting cheated on, quote-unquote, because they aren't actually dating, just does great to show him that, like, holy, like, my actions mess someone else up, and now they're actively hurting me. Like, I understand how Eve felt.
And over here is our training room.
Wow. Look at all those things.
Ooh, why don't you show him the shower, Immortal? It's super roomy.
The comment that Rex makes about the showers are honestly just funny. But also it shows that, like, he's messed up from getting cheated on, and it hurt him. And he's showing it. And it's coming out in these comments, which is all he's known. And it's showing a lack of security and emotional maturity and disrespect to leadership and authority. Like, I honestly think it's really good that he's showing this, because it's showing how much the cheating is actually getting to him.
Are we gonna talk about this, or is it just gonna be awkward forever?
The second one?
First off, Rex, it's honestly just relatable. Like, choose awkward. Like, yeah. Why confront it? I can relate to that.
Look, come on, Kate. Talk to me. What is this about?
You really want to know, Rex?
Yeah, I kinda do.
Fine. The Immortal's the only person I've ever met who's died as many times as I have. Maybe you don't understand that, but it means something. He gets it.
And Rex doesn't.
I get that you shouldn't be eavesdropping, so please, fuck the fuck off already.
It's not your gym, dickbag.
What, are you gonna knock my teeth out again?
Don't be a jerk, Rex.
Too late.
At least I'm not a cheater.
But you literally are.
But that was before! I'm not now!
Second of all, this really shows him that he's trying to think more. Like, Kate says he he won't understand what's going on between her and the Immortal, because they've both died a million times, and he genuinely takes a second to think about it. Which shows that he's putting in greater effort. It shows that he's trying to do more. And now, does he have his growing pains and insult Monster Girl right as she walks into the scene? Yes. However, he's thinking. He's trying. He's putting in effort.
I'm not in the mood, Rex.
And I'm not here to make fun of you. Seriously. Or to get in your pants, or whatever you think I'm here to do. But when I heard you were back here, I knew something was wrong.
I don't need your pity, Rex.
Since when do I do pity?
Did you see what I did in Chicago? The park collapse?
I heard about it, yeah.
Yeah, I messed up. People almost got hurt. And then I took it out on Kill Cannon and people did get hurt. I try to help, and all I do is cause more problems. My parents were right. Who do I think I am?
Everybody fucks up. To fuck up is human. Shakespeare said that. The Immortal, Black Samson, freaking Robot, or Rudy, or whatever he calls himself now, they've all shit the bed at least once. Having powers isn't easy, but we do our best. Even assholes like me. Just do the math, Eve. You are so far in the black that it's stupid. You showed this to me the week we met. You were still pretty beat up from losing them.
I hardly think about them now.
Because you got through it. And then you got through my douchebag teenage ass dumping my problems on you and hiding in your bedroom for 1.5 years. Then 100 other battles with Teen Team. Through all of that, you've saved so many people. And each time, you made this shitty, awful, terrible world a little bit better.
His entire speech here is also amazing. You see his level of compassion. You see the level of care that he has. And he genuinely makes her feel better. Comparing this to where they were on the bridge and he gave that half-assed apology, it shows so much for him. He is definitely scared going up to her because they haven't had good interactions since this moment. And now that they're together and talking, and he's being kind, he's being nice, he's being genuine, he's thoughtful. Like, this was no small feat to go up to someone you've screwed over and be like, I understand you may not love to talk to me right now, but you're in a rut. I'm going to pull you out. Rex has been beaten and beaten and beaten this season, and this is his lowest point. He just saw 2 of his teammates die in front of him.
Just do it, you prick.
Actually, this is his lowest point. Man, this show loves to bring back characters who die. Like, the 2 people that just died last scene, they don't die. They come back. There's even a character named the Immortal. However, it just shows his spirit. It shows he is not ready to go. He picks him up with his only fixed hand, because the other one got eaten, and beats the lizard guy, I forget his name, with his nub. With blood gushing out of his head. Like, this, it shows his spirit. He has spirit. He has drive. It makes you root for a character that you have not wanted to root for.
You know, when that bullet went through my head, I saw my life flash before my eyes. Yeah, that's always sounded like bullshit to me too, but it's not. And I didn't like what I saw. I was such a dick to Kate. To Eve, too. To every woman I've ever dated. None of them deserved it. I don't know why I had to get my brains blown out to see that.
There's a lot to unpack here. However, the biggest is that Rex openly admits that he had messed up. Like, everything he says speaks for himself. It took him to getting shot in the head to realize that he had messed up. He had made mistakes. And him having time to sit in that hospital bed and think things over is going to do massive things for his character. Rex's history with fights isn't the best. Like, he's won against every fight, but it doesn't feel like he's won. This is the first fight we feel like he wins, and it's so deserved. Because honestly, like, he has a need to prove himself, but instead of doing it through making other people lower than him, he does it through his work, which is so much better. And yet another crazy season. It's more complex in every aspect compared to this Force. There's a lot more change that happens, there's subtlety, but there's also a lot of honesty that comes. Like, he went from this sarcastic, mean, like a whole host of bad things you don't want, and now he's just admitting he has some flaws. He's actively trying to improve himself, and it's showing. It's there's so many people on the planet who, when told they're a bad person in certain ways, they will either not take it seriously or won't do anything about it. Rex took it seriously and did something about it.
Hey, Rex.
Ray! Oh, this hurts so much.
Heard you came to the hospital a lot.
Of course I did. We almost got killed together, so that makes us like,
Losers?
I was gonna say too hot to live, too cool to die, but sure.
It's honestly just really nice to see Rex to flirt with someone without only wanting to get into their pants.
We can find you a room before the others take first pick. You want a window, right?
This is small, but it shows that he cares. It's a gorgeous view, and he thought, well, Ray would appreciate it.
At least you had parents. Mine sold me to the government for the price of a steak dinner. So, I got scientists instead. Same ones who cut me open and grafted shit up and down my nervous system.
Finally, we have backstory. And it's that his parents sold him to the government. It just makes so much sense. It makes so much sense to who he is as a character, and why he feels the need to prove himself and do everything that he's done up to his point.
I stole Robot's credit card number, and I lived off delivery pizza, ramen noodles, and black coffee. So, wait, you know how to cook?
No, but that's what the internet's for.
Come on. I bet Robot's credit card still works.
Rex saying Robot's credit card still works is really funny, and also shows that some of his older habits are still around. Like, he's not a new person. He's trying to become a better person. He's not trying to change himself into becoming someone who he is not.
Rex.
Parmesan cheese. I like cheese. How about I'm in charge of that, okay?
You want to be in charge of cheese.
Hell, I'll take butter too. Ooh, and milk. All the cow type stuff.
And with him taking the list and offering to help, he would have never done that in the first season, by any doubt. And it shows his flirtatiousness with Ray, and it shows he's trying to be nice. He's trying to be a good person and help, not just being a superhero, but just doing it for the sake of being a good person at the end of the day.
Oh, hey, Ray. Right on time.
It's almost midnight.
Yeah, I know. This took me a little longer than I thought. Oh! Oh!
I would argue cooking is a form of love. It takes time, it takes skill. It is 100% a form of showing love. And the fact that he spent potentially hours doing this for her, making a salad, making a steak, getting candles, getting wine, it makes you root for Rex in a way that you have not rooted for. He's not just becoming better and a little charming, he's fully charismatic now.
You're asking me to throw my whole life away. You get that, right?
I'm asking you to think about what you want your life to be. And maybe that it doesn't have to be just this until we both get killed. You got shot in the head. I spent months in the hospital after a lizard man tried to eat me. I don't want to go back out there and just wait for it to happen again, because it's going to happen again. Are you happy, Rex?
Am I happy? What does that even mean?
Are you happy almost dying over and over again so other people can live the lives we never get?
I don't get to be happy. That's just the way it is.
You deserve better.
Rex Splode isn't some secret identity. It is my identity. It's all I've got. All I've ever had. If I give that up, I won't have anything left.
This is the deepest look we have gotten for Rex the entire show. He claims he wants to open up a bar and do other things and this and that, but all he knows is his powers and how to use them. He's gotten training for that, but again, he didn't go to high school.
Tell him to bring me my money.
Well, that was stupid.
Everything about this is stupid, but I guess we're doing it anyway.
That was pointless. Kinda like your entire life.
Ouch! But I'm the idiot who took you with me.
Yeah? How? You're out of shit to explode.
I've got one thing left.
Mm-hmm. And what's that?
My entire goddamn skeleton, dickhead.
Oh, God.
Rex.
The first time I rewatched the scene, I started tearing up. Rex has gone from a self-described sanctimonious asshole, and now we're all actively rooting for him. We hope him and Ray's relationships go well, and when everyone else left the scene under my first reaction of it, I just genuinely could not believe it. I had no idea that this was going to happen beforehand. I had not been spoiled whatsoever. And I had just sat there in shock at my first time viewing it. And then right after, when The Party Is Over by Billie Eilish starts playing, and it is a gorgeous representation about the damage that's happened. Not only for the name and the theme of the song, but it makes you think about how Rex wouldn't have done that 2 seasons ago. How some people are saved and some people are doing their best, but the entire world has been destroyed.
What about Rex?
Rex is dead.
After the Invincible War is over, the first thing that Mark asks when talking with Cecil and Robot about casualties is about Rex. And we've seen Mark and Rex, just the two of them alone, they have great chemistry between them. And although at the beginning it was a little bit of out of fear for what Invincible could do to Rex, it turned into a great respect and care for each other.
We've lost so many friends these past few weeks, and there's so much still to do that it seems strange to pause and gather for a moment like this. But isn't that why we fight? To save or honor even a single life? Rex would tell me to shut up and get to the point, but I know that's what he believed.
This show, the only time characters have confirmed to be dead is when there's a funeral scene. And now that there's a funeral for Rex, it really makes you sit and think yet again that this isn't just his own consequence and some superhero magic is going to come and he'll be hurt, but he'll be back. Like, no, he is gone. Not to be seen again.
He was always so confident, but also honest about his failings, so sure of himself, but the first to confess fear. He was everything I wanted and still want to be.
Splode was my first everything. Good and bad. I'm sorry.
Rudy and Adam Eve spoke at the funeral, and they both couldn't speak fully because of how overwhelmed they were. Rudy didn't speak himself. He used the robot to speak. And Adam Eve talked for 10 seconds before she ended up breaking down crying and had to leave. No one would have had that same reaction if he was the same person who he was in season 1 and 2. Rex is not just someone who's a list of toxic traits and left. He was a perfectly written character. You see how he's built up. You see how he's at the top of his pedestal. You see how fights and battles and him at the other end of getting cheated on breaks him slowly and surely. And then he gets shot in the head. And he comes back. And he comes back better and stronger and understanding that the world is so much bigger than just him. And that there's so much more to it than to just be a mean, sarcastic asshole. He is genuinely kind, genuinely shows compassion, more so than I've seen from some people here in the real world. I had asked my friends for their opinions on the characters, and they had all made the same joke. Rex Sploded, which comes from this online video here.
What about Rex?
Rex Sploded. Rex Sploded.
And really, that single thing speaks to the impact of the character more than any beautifully crafted paragraph could say. Because the fan base did not like him at first. And now, years after the show had first aired, after he had passed away, that is all you saw from him. Is that people were making those jokes, and they were doing it out of love for the character. Rex, I would argue, has a stronger liking to every other character besides the main character and his mom. That's the beauty of media. To show growth, to show change, to teach people you can be a bad person. But doing nothing about it will only make you more hated